in the day I get the phone call that she's in the hospital to the very last moment where I'm holding her hand and she's taking her last breath. So this book is about love, it's about death, it's so much. There's so much in this book. So I'm going to start off with a little story. When Mum passed away, my brother, my sister and myself, we went to the Faulkner Cemetery to find a plot. Now, we went to the new section and there's thousands and thousands of plots. We walked around, we found one in a corner, we thought, oh, this one looks good. And to add a little bit of humour to the story, I felt like we were buying a block of land, but it wasn't. It was to put Mum's coffin in there. But we were looking at the best position. We didn't want to be too close to the freeway where the noise came in. And we kept walking around and we saw the first plot that we liked and we went further. We thought we better check further afield. And then I said to my family, let's go back to that first one. I like the corner block, the corner plot, and I'm calling it a block. And my brother had the phone, he had the phone number of the manager and he rang him and he said, it was C something something number, I can't remember. And he said, oh no, that one's taken. And then we said, can we have the one next to it? He said, that's taken. So then we ended up with the third one, and next to that one there was a lady who had just passed away, a very young lady, and we said, oh, Mum will be comfortable next to this beautiful girl that's just passed away. So we went home, we had the funeral, we had a week before the funeral, and then I'm in a hearse. My partner Phil is specialty funerals, and he kindly was a hearse driver for my mother. And I'm sitting in the hearse with Phil and he turns around to me and he says to me, Helena, have you looked at the paperwork? I said, what do you mean? He goes, have you looked at the paper, the work? And I looked down and down on the paperwork is the grave number. It's C1 and the actual number is 148. Now, out of all the grave sites, we picked 148. And I started to get very emotional. I said, that's where Mum lived in Glenline Road, 148 Glenline Road, Brunswick, for 35 years. And then I turned around to the coffin in the back of the car, beautiful white coffin that we chose for Mum. And I said, Mum, you're going home. And she called Brunswick her quiet house. So I said, Mum, you're going home to your quiet house. So how do we, in a cemetery full of thousands of numbers, end up with 148? Crazy. And one more little story is that